Hello, everyone at home, and welcome to the inaugural episode of the Power of the People podcast presser show. We have a very exciting first episode for you tonight, and in fact, we've got some music that can. I'm sorry. No, the sound's good. Roll the sound. Like I said, we have a very. Hold on. Frank, yeah. No, the music's good. Just roll the sound. What's the issue? A very Frank. The music is fine. What? But that's. There's no way you're pranking me. You're sure? Have you seen the photos? I'm positive that's who we have on the show tonight. Yes, I know we're live. Frank. This is the San Francisco episode all over again. So it's Jillian Michaels. You're sure that's not Shawn Michaels? I saw the photo shots you sent over. They look. Tell me that's not the same person. All right. My apologies. Tonight we have Jillian Michaels on the show, popular conservative talkhead, and, well, I'm guessing she's got some opinions she wants to share with us. Now, we're going to be talking with her about her Netflix documentary coming out, talking about her time on The Biggest Loser, and some of the controversy that came into it, along with some of her other, we'll say, interesting opinions on the goings-on today. Here we have Jillian Michaels. I swear it's fucking Shawn. Jillian, thank you so much for joining me on the show today. Obviously, we're going to be talking about, like we said before, time on The Biggest Loser, some of the things that have come out since then, some things that directly pertain to you and your time on the show, and some of the other things you got going on. I know you've got a family, young daughter, lovely wife, so we're going to get to know a little bit about you today. Does that sound good? So how was the trip in? Hopefully you and our driver didn't experience too much traffic getting here. Thanks for having me on the show. Yeah, the ride was fine. Not too bad. The LA freeway can be, but, I miss coming out here. Okay, Jillian, so I have to bring it up. One of the elephants in the room, especially talking about The Biggest Loser, you got caught cheating with the contestants. This episode brought to you by Cardiac Arrest, now available in can form. So you were found to be supplying your contestants with Stacker 2, which at the time had a now banned substance in it known as ephedrine. Can you elaborate on that for me? I know. The Netflix documentary came out, and I know I don't look good in it. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I gave them the Stacker 2. I'm just gonna come out and admit it. But those fatty bladdies, they needed it. They came to me. I was a professional. I'm in the peak of shape. And they want to come ask me to help them lose all the fat they had. And what else am I supposed to do? I mean, I'm telling them to eat next to nothing. And the doctor's fighting me every step of the way. Don't give them caffeine. Don't feed them too little. Treat them like human beings. It was crazy, I swear. Listen, I totally get it. I know it might be a sore subject, but being as that Netflix documentary is arguably the top viewed program on Netflix right now, the viewers are going to want to know, why are you having your contestants do all these things? Yes, the caffeinated beverage. You okay? Okay, just checking. Where was I? But yes, the viewers are going to want to know, why'd you have them do that? You know it's not good for their health, along with the extreme calorie deficits which the doctor on site specifically prohibited, and you still went through with it. And I know I'll be talking with Bob at one point too, so don't worry, I'll get everyone's side of the story, but you were kind of the face of the show, so the viewers want to know. All right, so listen. The producers, they wanted everything. They asked for everything under the sun. Make them lose all the weight. Tell them stop being so damn fat. I mean, it was worse. and they want me and Bob to go out there and be God for everyone. And it was so hard. How do you expect these people who've never taken a step outside the door to jump over cliffs or jump into ditches, do barrel rolls? It was, you know, they say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, but you can't make him not drink. That was the thing. So I had to give him the thing to drink, which was where the caffeine came in, obviously. And I guess I was wrong. It was too much. But they said we were extreme. I mean, you don't bark at people like they're working in the fields. You don't crack the whip here and there. Sometimes you gotta bark orders at these mamby-pamby fatties. Like, what are we doing here? You're the one who showed you have no self-control, and you come to me. You want to win all this money? Well, party up or you don't get the dough. You lost. So what you mean to tell me is, despite some of the things you were doing not being good for their health, the caffeine, the ephedrine being hard on someone's heart who's already got heart issues, the extreme workout conditions, extreme dietary restrictions, the eating disorders sustained by a lot of the clients, and a lot of the relapses, basically what I'm hearing from you is the ends justify the means? I mean, you gotta give me something more than that. You had clout from it, yeah. I know you launched products from it. You launched your own pre-workout caffeinated supplements, which came under fire. And yes, the it's got caffeine. Do you want one? I'm sure. Would the sponsor be okay with that? I know she's looking at it funny, and I feel like this might make the interview go a little more smoothly. Can I give her the drink? Okay, cool. Here you go. Thank you. Like I was saying, the ends do justify the means. And I don't think I'm in the wrong. All they do is B&M about every little thing we did while we were wrong. And, hold on. All they did was complain. And yes, I launched product. Yes, I got clout from it. Because I was damn good at my job. Eating disorders. Their disorder was eating. That's why they were on the show. And, one sec. And the disorders, yeah, whatever. You lost the weight. You relapsed. That's on you. You could have been doing the military training. You could have been running in the fields. You could have been doing all that without me there to crack the web. You gotta crack your own web sometimes. But no, we can't do that. So no, I don't think I was wrong. And now I'm still famous. And now I get to wear these fancy suits because I'm political now. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you for the drink, though. Okay, so we're just going to have to clearly disagree on some things in that regard. Let's move on. On to a lighter topic, and I apologize, I know I misspoke earlier. Let's talk about your family, your lovely wife, Deshauna, your two lovely children. How's the home life? What do you guys do? What do you guys do for fun? Do you go outdoors? Do you go to theme parks? What does your family do? Wow, see, that's a really good question. Thank you for asking it. With kids, you gotta be firm. You can't just be mamby-pamby. You can't treat them like the fatty boom bananas. No, you have to put them out in the fields, put them to work. Because if I don't do it, who will? There's such a small percentage of us that get to put kids to work like that are lucky enough to do it. And I think, my kids are old enough. They're old enough, yeah, to have jobs. And hold on. They're old enough. And yeah, maybe I am a little hard parenting. But what's a little work? I mean, they need me to crack the whip. Because who else is going to teach them discipline? Is my wife Deshauna going to do it? No, they don't know her. They hardly know her. I've only been together with her for a little while. And yeah, we have an interesting life, but I think we do it. Um, yes. No, my producers reminded me. The question was, what does your family do for fun? I heard a lot about working in a field. Doesn't sound, excuse me, doesn't sound like to me that would be fun for the kids. Also, did I hear cracking the whip in there? You're darn right you did. Yes, I had to crack the whip. That's one of my favorite terminologies, whether I'm training, whether I'm parenting, whether I'm. Oh, I can't say that word out loud. Um, it's 2025. And us pretty white lesbian couples, we need to band together. And because, we didn't get to do all these things in history. Only 2% of us back in the day, we could say those things. And now there's museums and everything where we're made to be so bad about it, and that's why I wear a suit, because I can go on shows and I can tell people how they're wrong. You know, certain times in history were maybe misleading. Maybe there were some white slaves. You know, maybe there were some black slave owners. You know, and I think personally that they may have had it easier than you think. How did a family discussion devolve into we're doing this? Okay, we're doing this. For the record, there were two known instances of black people owning white slaves. Not the 2% of white people owning slaves in America. Two people, Anthony and William Johnson. It's a quickly Googleable fact. Um, I'm not sure where to go with that. There were, again, 2% of white people to two people, not percent, people. Um, okay. You may say there were two. Yeah, that's what you can Google, huh? But think about it, if 2% of white people, what about the other 90% that were mistreated? They didn't get to enjoy the luxuries of the two. And where was all that talk in the history books, huh? Why was no one feeling bad for them? You want to go back further in time. So what we can talk about is like how in the 60s, where you know they had special bathrooms and water fountains, and white people didn't have access to those. They had to go to the normal ones. You know, they had to go to the ones in their neighborhoods, and that's not right. We should have been able to go to theirs. What's so fancy about those? And they had private schools. Like, why didn't we have the private schools? You know, I would have loved to have my children have to go to the cool schools. But instead, we had to go to like, Harvard and the Yales. But no. So I don't think, I don't see your point. I think we bring too much negativity into it. No one looks at it from our perspective. Why didn't we get enough, huh? This is happening. This conversation's real. I'm not being punked. Is Ashton back there? Is this like some punked revival? No, this is real. Okay. Jillian, for the record, the whole separate bathroom and water fountain thing, that wasn't like an exclusive stay at the Radisson type thing. They had been given worse facilities for obviously racist reasons. And the whole, again, they had separate schools. This wasn't like going to flippin' Yale versus my high school. Um, Holy shit. Am I on a fake?
I don't think I like your time. I came on this show for your first episode. You had technical difficulties for, I don't even know what the music was for. Never seen in my life. Never heard in my life. But now you tell me all my views are wrong and mixing up questions like, well, why am I the meanie, huh? I made those tubbies. I'm in fit. I made them fit. And then they yell at me for it. So what? I gave them drugs. We all take them a little bit, right? You know. I mean, what's in here, huh? Ooh. Ooh. But you yell at me. Say, oh, slavery was all that bad. Oh, all these white people. Oh, all the museums. Oh, what's wrong with you, huh? You know, you do this. I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna go home to my pretty wife, who we are a Christian family. Yeah, we're a Christian family, and we will support everything in this world. I would deport her for the Constitution. That's how much I love this country. So, yeah, you say what you want about me. I am I. Get all this off.
Wait, Jilly. Who's gonna tell her that we don't validate parking? Uncomfortable conversation. Frank, you got that? You take care of that, call her people? Yeah, no, because she's at the door. She downed that can in a matter of seconds. It's slightly impressive, also frightening. Thanks, Frank. You're the man. Well, a bit of an abrupt ending, but that will do it for the inaugural episode of the Power of the People podcast presser show. My name's TJ Ratings. Thanks for dropping in, everyone. And don't forget, palpitations. It'll get your shit pumping. Tell me that's not fucking.
Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.